and welcome back to the channel. Today I wanted to talk about money questions or conversations that you should have with somebody when you start dating them. Now, these are very hard conversations to have. It's very hard to talk about money, but I think it's very important to understand if you're aligned, if you have same financial goals, if the way you think about money is aligned, and you're able to resolve these things ahead of time before you move in together, you get engaged, you get married, you know how your partner thinks about money ahead of time, and you can make decisions early on rather than finding surprises later on. Now, the first question I think that you should ask is, what are your financial goals? How do you think about money? What do you want to do with your money? How are you with money? Now, that question can be very loaded because when you're asking somebody, what are your financial goals? So how do you see yourself in 5, 10, 15 years? This will help you to understand how your partner is currently with money, because whatever goals you have with your money, the way you behave right now will have to be aligned with whatever goal you have. So for instance, if you're trying to save up for the future, clearly you will not be living out large because you have a goal to save money right now. So it's very important to ask that question so that you understand if you are aligned in how you think about money. The second question I think that's important to ask is, how much debt do you have and what kind of debt do you have? Now, the question what kind of debt matters because you want to understand, does this person have credit card debt? Do they have student loans? Do they have mortgages? Do they have car loans? Help you to understand where this person is financially, because you do not want to marry somebody who has a lot of debt, because in a way you inherit that burden. Because what's going to happen is when you make money together or jointly, you'll have to put money away to pay this debt. So if it's debt that is unnecessary, where this person has a lot of credit card debt that they did not need to incur, or they have this expensive car loans that you're going to have to pay for later, you want to make sure that you're making this decision ahead of time before you find yourself in it. So make sure you ask your partner, how much debt do you have and what kind of debt do you have, so that you can make informed decisions. The next question you want to ask, and it's a very sensitive question, you want to ask your partner, how much money do you make? Because this will help you, of course, understand how much of a home you can afford, how much you can put away towards your goals. It will impact a lot of decisions that you're going to make in the future or even currently. So understanding how much your partner is going to bring to the relationship is going to be a very important factor. So make sure you ask these questions. They are hard, but if somebody is serious with you, then they will share that information so that you can both have the opportunity to make informed decisions. The next question you want to ask your partner is, do you have investments and how do you feel about investments? You want to understand how this person thinks about money. One question to ask is, hey, what do you think about investing in real estate? How risk averse are you? Do you have current investments? What are you doing with your money? Any extra income that you have, what are you doing with it? Now, this will also help you understand how your partner thinks about money, because some people are risk averse, so they prefer to put their money in safe investments. And some people are more risky, where they will have multi things going on in their lives. They'll have real estate, they'll be investing in a business, they'll be investing in a friend's business. So you have to understand how your partner thinks about money, because again, it will help you understand how they are with money. The next question you want to ask is, how much do you have in your retirement savings, or are you even saving for retirement? Now, some people do not believe in saving for the future. They do not believe in saving for retirement. So you want to make sure that if your partner is one of those people, that you're making an informed decision, because if you are saving for your retirement and your partner isn't, then clearly there's a misalignment there, and you need to understand why. Maybe they don't have enough to be able to put away towards their retirement right now. Maybe they plan to do that later. But you want to make sure you understand, hey, are you saving for retirement right now? And the best thing is to start early. Remember, compounding interest, the earlier you start, the more you're able to get out of your investment. So you want to understand, hey, number one, are you putting money towards your retirement, and where are you putting this money, and how is it structured, so that you can make sure that you're aligned in how you think about money. And if you're not, then you're making, again, an informed decision. Next question you want to ask is, how are we going to split the bills? Now, this is important because the way people used to think about money before has changed a lot. For instance, when I was brought up, my father took care of the mortgage, whereas my mom would take care of the house bills. Now, that has changed a lot because of how we make money. Everybody is in the job market. We are all struggling to make an income. In most cases, one spouse is making more than the other one. So you want to make sure that you understand, hey, if we're going to split the bills down in the middle, can I afford to be able to pay my share of the bills? For instance, if one partner has a very high income, whereas this person is not making as much, if you are living in an expensive home and you're splitting bills down the middle, clearly one partner is going to be more stressed because they won't be able to put in as much as the other partner because the other partner makes more money. So you want to make sure that you iron these things out early, and you're able to express your concerns. Hey, I don't make as much money, so maybe we shouldn't be buying a very expensive home. Or maybe your partner will say, hey, don't worry, I will take care of 80%, you take care of 20%. So you want to make sure if it's 50-50 that you're aware of how much it's going to impact your money. And then you also want to say, hey, if it's 80-20, then hey, that works too. So make sure you have these conversations early on. That way you're not caught by surprise and you're not wondering, hey, who did I marry? The next question is, what are your priorities right now? Are you trying to invest? Are you trying to save towards your retirement? Are you trying to start a business? Are you trying to start a family? You need to understand what their priorities are with money right now, or even later, because that is going to impact your relationship. The earlier you can have these conversations, the best it is for you, because once you understand what somebody's priorities are, again, you'll be able to understand how this person is with money, and you'll be able to make an informed decision. Because if your priorities don't align, then maybe you shouldn't go too far in the relationship, because clearly you're going to have some struggle in the future that maybe you can just take care of right now by breaking up, or maybe by revisiting what the priorities are and how you can align those priorities as a couple. The other question that you want to ask is, hey, do you like to use credit cards? Do you think it's a good idea to use credit cards to be able to get the benefits out of credit cards? Some people are very, very, very against credit cards because of how they've probably behaved with credit cards in the past. So you want to understand how your partner is, what they feel about credit cards, just to make sure that if you're a person who likes to, get those credit cards and max them out, and, you pay them on time, but your partner may not like that. So you want to make sure that they know how you are with credit cards, how your feelings are about credit cards ahead of time. And that way, they also get to understand, hey, maybe if I am responsible with credit cards, there is some benefit to using credit cards over your debit card. So make sure, again, you ask this question ahead of time, so that you're not flashing your credit card and your partner is thinking, oh my goodness, this person is always spending money that they don't have, where they don't understand that, hey, I'm paying my credit cards on time. I am a responsible person with credit cards. And that way they know and they understand why and how you use your credit cards responsibly. And lastly, you want to ask your partner, do you have savings? Have you put money away in terms of an emergency fund? Are they saving for a vacation? Are they saving for projects? How is this person with savings? Are they putting 20% of their money in savings? Are they putting 50%? This again will help you to understand, again, is your partner responsible with money? Are they somebody you can be able to depend on? They'll be able to support you in riches and in poor. Because again, if your person does not have savings, if your person does not know how to save, and you do not know this ahead of time and you're caught by surprise. I mean, sometimes you watch these episodes on Dateline where somebody is married to somebody who had so much debt, or they were into investment fraud or things like that. And you wonder, didn't you talk about money in your relationship? How did you not know? And the way to take care of that is to ask those questions early on, to make sure that the person you're with is responsible with money, thinks about money the way that you do. And if they don't, then you understand why. And you also now again make an informed decision whether you want to be with this person. So make sure that if you're starting to date, if you're in the thick of things, that you have these conversations right away. That way you're not caught by surprise. If you like this episode, if you like this channel, please do share, subscribe, and thank you for watching.